He is in stress. She is in stress. They are in stress. The whole family is in stress. Management is in stress. Everyone is in stress. Today, we are going to uncover, we are going to discuss what is stress. Stress is the reaction people have to excessive pressures or other types of demand placed upon them. It arises when they worry that they cannot cope or handle the situation. Stress is the wear and tear our minds and bodies experience as we attempt to cope with over continually changing environment. Stress is a psychological response which follows failure to cope with the problem. Stress is a feeling of sustained anxiety which, over a period of time, leads to disease. Stress is the non-specific response of the body to any demands made upon it. Welcome to HSC tutorial. Today we are discussing about workplace stress, how to manage workplace stress. I am your host Javed and you are watching Safety First. If you are new on this channel, kindly subscribe the channel. And if you find the video informative, then like, comment and share. What do you understand by the definition of stress? In the mathematical form, S is equal to P greater than R. What is S? What is P and what is R? Dear friends and fellows, S for stress, P for pressure, and R for resource. So the stress occurs when the pressure is greater than the resource. Do you know the stress feelings? Worry, tense, tired, frightened, elated, depressed, anxious, and anger. These all are the feelings of stress. There are two types of stressors, external and internal. Let's discuss one by one. What are the external stressors? The external stressors are number one, physical environment. Number two, social interaction. Number three, organizational. Number four, major life events. And number five, daily hassles. Do you know what include in the physical environment? For example, noise, bright lights, heat, or confined spaces, etc. What do you understand by social interaction? Rudeness, boastiness, aggressiveness by others, and bullying. These are the signs of social interaction. Let us discuss what are the organizational factors, rules, regulations, and deadlines. All these create stress. Do you know what is the meaning of major life events like birth, death, lost job, promotion, and marital status change? These elements can be included in major life events. What are our daily hassles? Commuting, misplaced keys, and mechanical breakdowns, etc. All these elements create stress in different ways. And these are the examples of external stressors. What are internal stressors? Lifestyle choices, negative self-talk, mind traps, and personality traits. Let us discuss one by one. Lifestyle choices includes caffeine, lack of sleep, and overloaded schedule. while the negative self talk includes pessimistic thinking, self criticism, and over analyzing. Dear friends and fellows, you are watching Safety First, and today we are discussing very important topic that is about stress. What is stress? What are the causes of stress? And how to manage the stress in our daily lives, in our routine or non-routine activities. Let us discuss the different forms of mind traps. Number one, unrealistic expectations. Number two, taking things personally. Number three, all or nothing thinking. Number four, exaggeration. And number five, rigid thinking. Do you know in the internal stressors what is personality traits? Perfectionists and workaholics. Dear friends and fellows, there are two types of stress. Number one, negative stress, and number two, positive stress. Firstly, we will understand what is negative stress. It is a contributory factor in minor conditions such as headaches, digestive problems, skin complaints, insomnia, and ulcers. Excessive, prolonged, and unrelieved stress can have a harmful effect on mental, physical, and spiritual health. What is positive stress? Positive stress can also have a positive effect, spurring motivation and awareness, providing the stimulation to cope with the challenging situation. Stress also provides the sense of urgency and alertness needed for survival when confronting threatening situations. How the stress affect the individual. Everyone is different with unique perceptions of and reactions to events. There is no single level of stress that is optimal for all people. Some are more sensitive owing to experiences in childhood, the influence of teachers, parents, and religion, etc. Most of the stress we experience is self generated. How we perceive life, whether an event makes us feel threatened or stimulated, encouraged or discouraged, happy or sad, depends to a large extent on how we perceive ourselves. Self generated stress is something of a paradox because so many people think of external causes when they are upset. Recognizing that we create most of our own upsets is an important first step towards coping with them. Do you know who will control the stress response? Endocrine system demands on the physical or mental systems of the body result in hormone secretion. Let us understand the different forms of endocrine system responses. Increased pupil dilatation, perspiration, increased heart rate and blood pressure, rapid breathing, muscle tenseness, and increased mental alertness. These are the different forms or the examples of endocrine system responses. In the stress management, there is a journal adaptation syndrome, which include three parts. Number one, alarm response. Number two, adaptation. And number three, exhaustion. What do you understand by alarm response? This is the fight or flight response that prepares the body for immediate action. While in the adaptation phase, if the source persists, the body prepares for long-term protection, secreting hormones to increase blood sugar levels. This phase is common and not necessarily harmful. but must include periods of relaxation and rest to counterbalance the stress response. Fatigue, concentration lapses, irritability, and lethargy results as the stress turns negative. What do you understand by exhaustion? In chronic stress situations, sufferers enter the exhaustion phase. Emotional, physical, and mental resources suffer heavily. The body experiences adrenal exhaustion, leading to decreased stress tolerance, progressive mental and physical exhaustion, illness, and collapse. Dear friends and fellows, let us understand the symptoms of stress. These are in four forms. Number one, physical symptoms. Number two, mental symptoms. Number three, behavioral symptoms. And number four, emotional symptoms. First of all, let us understand the different forms of physical symptoms. It includes sleep pattern changes, fatigue, digestion changes, loss of sexual drive, headaches, aches and pains, infections, indigestion, dizziness, fainting, sweating and trembling, tingling hands and feet, breathlessness, palpitations and missed heartbeats, etc. Now, let us discuss the mental stress symptoms: lack of concentration, memory lapses, difficulty in making decisions, confusion, disorientation, and panic attacks. Dear friends and fellows, do you know the behavioral symptoms of stress? Appetite changes, too much or too little, eating disorders, anorexia or bulimia, increased intake of alcohol and other drugs, increased smoking, restlessness, fidgeting, nail biting, and hypochondria. These are the different examples of behavioral symptoms while a person is under the effect of stress. What are the emotional symptoms of stress? Bouts of depression, impatience, fits of rage, tearfulness, and deterioration of personal hygiene and appearance. There are different stress related illnesses. Chronic stress leads to diseases or illnesses, although stress is not the same as ill health, but has been related to such illnesses such as cardiovascular disease, immune system disease, asthma, diabetes, digestive disorders, ulcers, skin complaints, psoriasis, headaches and migraines, premenstrual syndrome, and depression. You will surprise to hear about the cause of stress. 80% of all modern diseases have their origins in stress. In the United Kingdom, 40 million working days per year are lost directly from stress-related illness. Cost in absenteeism to British industry is estimated at 1.5 billion pounds per year. This is only about the United Kingdom, where there is law, where there is freedom, where there is freedom of expression, where there is freedom of speech, where the government is serving the people, where there is true form of democracy. You can easily imagine in the rest of the world what will be the condition of the public or the people because of stress related illnesses or diseases. Do you agree? Not all the stress we experience is generated at work. Of course, it's true. To understand this statement in depth, you have to know the causes of stress. There are two causes: external stresses and internal stresses. We will discuss one by one. Let us discuss the external stresses, major life events. It may include death of a loved one, divorce, separation, imprisonment, injury, illness, self, or any member of the family, marriage, engagement, loss of job, retirement, pregnancy, sexual problems, change in financial status, change of job or work site, mortgage or loan, foreclosure of, change in responsibilities, moving or shifting house, holidays, Christmas or Eid, and minor violations of the law. These all are the examples of external stresses. Unless we will not recognize the problem, we cannot solve it. The most important point is to recognize the source of the negative stress. This is not admission of weakness or inability to cope. It is a way to identify the problem and plan measures to overcome it. To manage the stress or to control the stress, you have to understand the stress control ABC strategy. Let us discuss in detail what is ABC strategy, where A for awareness. It means what causes you stress. How do you react? What is B? B equals to balance. There is a fine line between positive and negative stress. How much can you cope with before it becomes negative? What is C? C for control. What can you do to help yourself combat the negative effects of stress? Dear friends and fellows, let us discuss stress management techniques. Change your thinking, change your behavior, and change your lifestyle. By changing thinking, behavior, and lifestyle, you can manage stress to a greater extent. How to change thinking? By reframing or by positive thinking. Reframing is a technique to change the way you look at things in order to feel better about them. There are many ways to interpret the same situation, so pick the one you like. Reframing doesn't change the external reality, but helps you view things in a different light and less stressfully. Forget powerlessness, dejection, despair, failure. Stress leaves us vulnerable to negative suggestion, so focus on positives. For example, focus on your strengths. Learn from the stress you are under. Look for the opportunities and seek out the positive. Make a change. For changing your behavior, you have to understand the key points. Be assertive, get organized, ventilation, humor, and diversion and distraction. Let us discuss one by one. What is the meaning of be assertive? Dear friends and fellows, assertiveness helps to manage stressful situations and will, in time, help to reduce their frequency. Lack of assertiveness often shows low self-esteem and low self-confidence. The key to assertiveness is verbal and non-verbal communication. Extending our range of communication skills will improve our assertiveness. There will be a great role of equality and basic rights. Number one, the right to express feelings. Number two, the right to express opinions, beliefs. Number three, the right to say yes or no for yourself. Number four, the right to change your mind. Number five, right to say, I don't understand. Number six, right to be yourself, not acting for the benefit of others. Number seven, the right to decline responsibility for other people's problems. Number eight, the right to make reasonable requests of others. Number nine, the right to set my own priorities. And number 10, the right to be listened to and taken seriously. These are the few examples of equality and basic human rights. Being assertive involves standing up for your personal rights and expressing your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs directly, honestly, and spontaneously in ways that don't infringe the rights of others. Do you know what are the qualities of assertive people? They respect themselves and others, take responsibility for actions and choices, ask openly for what they want, disappointed if want denied. Self confidence remains intact and not reliant on the approval of others. To be an assertive person, you must understand the assertive skills to establish good eye contact, don't stare, stand or sit comfortably, don't fidget, talk in firm, steady voice, use body language. I think, I feel, what do you think? How do you feel? Concise and to the point. These are the assertive skills that must be the part if you are interested to change your behavior, to cope with the problems, or to manage the stress. What are the benefits of assertive skills? Higher self esteem, less self conscious, less anxious, manage stress more successfully, appreciate yourself and others more easily, and feeling of self control. Another element to manage stress is to get organized. Poor organization is one of the most causes of stress. Structured approaches offer security against out of the blue problems. Prioritizing objectives, duties, and activities makes them manageable and achievable. Don't overload your mind. Organization will help to avoid personal and professional chores. Another important element to manage the stress is a time management. Time is the most important factor in one's personality. Those who respect and utilize the time wisely, they succeed in life. And the stress management. What do you understand by time management? Make a list. What must be done? What should be done? And what would you like to do? Cut out time wasting. Learn to drop unimportant activities. Say no or delegate. Plan your day. Set achievable goals. And don't waste time making excuses for not doing something. Another important element in the stress management is ventilation. A problem shared is a problem halved. Develop a support network through friends or colleagues to talk with. It's not always events that are stressful, but how we perceive them. Writing a diary or notes may help release feelings, but don't reread what has been written. Another important element to manage the stress is humor. Good stress reducer applies at home and work. It relieves muscular tension. It improves breathing. It pumps endorphins into the bloodstream, the body's natural painkillers. What do you understand by diversion and distraction? Take time out. Get away from things that bother you. Doesn't solve the problem. Reduce stress level. Calm down and think logically. For changing your lifestyle, you have to consider few important points. These are diet, smoking and alcohol, exercise, sleep, leisure, and relaxation. In the diet, you have to adopt healthy eating habits, caffeine, stimulant, and salt. Stop smoking and alcohol, or at least your consumption should be at minimum level. Do you understand the benefits of exercise? Uses up excess energy released by the fight or flight reaction. Exercise improves blood circulation. Exercise lowers blood pressure. Exercise clears the mind of worrying thoughts. Exercise improves self image. Exercise makes you feel better about yourself. And exercise increases your social contact. So you have to make regular exercises to manage your stress and keep your body fit and healthy. To reduce your stress, you have to sleep well because sleep is a good stress reducer. It is difficult to cope with the problems when you are tired. Once you will take rest, you will wake refreshed after night sleeps, and it will give you plenty of energy in the daytime after good sleep at night. Leisure will include interest, gives you a break from stresses, it provides outlet for relief, and provides a social contact. Dear friends and fellows, you are watching Safety First. Today we are discussing about what is stress, what are the disadvantages of stress, and how to manage the stress, the techniques, tricks, and the tips, how to manage the stress at work. Let us discuss the benefits of relaxation. It lowers blood pressure, combats fatigue, promotes sleep, reduces pain, eases muscle tension, decreases mental worries, increases concentration, increases productivity, and increases clear thinking. These all are the benefits of relaxation. Once you are relaxed, there is no stress. Dear friends and fellows, to follow these techniques as we discussed, there are few alternatives by using conventional medicines, counseling, and psychotherapy, relaxation, meditation, massage, yoga, acupuncture, aromatherapy, flotation, herbalism, biofeedback, homeopathy, hypnotherapy, religious therapy, and reflexology. This is the list of few alternatives. Those are helpful and beneficial in stress management. And that's it. Training session on the topic of stress, causes of stress, types of stress, tips, tricks, and the methods of stress management is over now. If you have any question, please ask in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and share the video. Hope to see you soon with a new HSC tutorial. Till then, take care, good luck, and Allah Hafiz.